Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to the alpha demo for Shadow of the Road by Another Angle and Owlcat Games. As today, we try to see this thing through to the end, which I think we can do, but I will also say that while I have played through this before, I think I missed something my first time through. So I would like to check that out, and I'm not sure how much that might add, but only one way to find out, so let's get in there. February 13th, 1868. Sugiyama Estate. The Shogun has delivered his instructions. Travel to the Sugiyama Estate and escort its young master back to Edo. The boy will change the course of the war. The meaning behind these words remains a mystery. Satoru and Akira travel in secrecy through forest roads. On a rain-soaked evening, they arrive at their destination.
だから言ってるだろ。そんな重要な人ならなんで俺たちが行くんだ。将軍の旗本に任せた方がいいに決まってるじゃないか。分かれ道のところ、
俺にもお前の問いに答えはない。アキラ、将軍の御前でひざまずいたのは俺もお前も同じだ。聞いた言葉も同じだ。そしてな、黙って歩こ
う。Akira begins to speak again, but thinks better of it. What is this? An abandoned cart? The wares have been left unattended. Satoru, look! Was that an... Satoru nods. Reminds me of Cho-chan, dancing with them in the rain. Akira chatters happily. Oof, yeah. Yeah, they've got to work on those cutscenes. I don't mind them being voiced, but it needs to be consistent. I need to be able to adjust the volumes. But, you know, again, alpha, I'm sure they'll get it sorted. For now, however, we've got our first open exploration sequence. But yeah, that kind of just dovetails into another general point of criticism with the current alpha. And again, I will stress it is just an alpha. But they don't do a great job of really differentiating between what's just background scenery and what you can actually interact with. In some cases they do. In some cases they light items up. But, you know, much like with the audio, it's inconsistent in its current incarnation. Just having a highlight button for interactive objects, for example, would certainly be a welcome addition. Though a mini-map certainly wouldn't hurt. Priest's Telegram. Edo, 5:32 p.m., January 7th, 1868. Recipient, Mitsuyuki of Ozu Island. Your excuses are shameful. Failing your duties. Your child is hungry. Return in prosperity or not at all. Yoriko. Harsh. Though I don't think those are names we know. Mitsuyuki, Yoriko. Satoru, there are tracks here. Footprints. They lead deeper into the forest. I want to say a kappa, perhaps? It looked like it had a lily pad on its head. Yeah, I missed this my first time through because it's so shadowed. I just ended up following the main road, and once you get too far along it, it triggers the next sequence and you can't go back. Careful. Satoru, you worry too much. A proper map function would definitely help with that, which they do seem to have planned. It's just not... Oh! Hi! Okay, those aren't lily pads, those are straw hats. Oh, that's adorable. Right, so I guess they aren't kappa. They're whatever Akira called them. Some kind of dancing hat people. Pale blue robes, trimmed hair. But these are not the calloused hands of a warrior. A merchant, if I had to guess. Satoru looks out to the gentle lapping of the water on the shore. He chose this place. He left our world on his own terms. Oh, shoot. But why so suddenly? Satoru looks at the crowd of dancing Amafurikozo quizzically. Benign yokai, or supernatural entities connected with rainfall. They manifest as childlike figures and often carry umbrellas, paper lanterns, and headwear to guard against the rain. The weather seems to have drawn these ones over. Interesting. I have never heard of those. Akira addresses the yokai, a ridiculous smile on his face. Did you see what happened? Of course you didn't. You can't see anything through your big old hats, can you? No, you can't. What? They don't mind. Do you, little fellas? We should inform someone at the residence of the body here. The corpse? Akira shrugs. As you wish. We could also take a look at the cart. Now that we know its owner is, you know. Come on, little ones, let us through. That does give some context to that telegram we found, which I kind of wish we hadn't found now, because that is definitely a bit of a bummer, given the implications here. But at least we got a side quest out of it. Oh, and a greater Toki extract. Essentially a potion of greater healing. And yeah, look, you can see here, this item is marked very clearly as being interactive. Whereas, like, the corpse back there wasn't marked as interactive at all until we moused over it. Same with the telegram. Basic inventory stuff. 4 utility slots for consumables. No idea what the weapon slots are, but I assume that's for, like, weapon mods. Though whatever it is, it's beyond the scope of the current build. Anything else I missed my first time through? Not that I'm saying. Oh, but they did say to go check out the cart again, so let's do that. Over here? Yes, okay. Yeah. And look at that. Akira rifles through the contents of the boxes. Raku pottery, statuettes of Amaterasu. A rather amateur statuette. Right, Satoru? Leave the kami out of your childishness. Keep searching. What do we have here? Azami tea and even a few Toki extracts. A good find. Satoru spots a strange device. What is this? Akira's eyes light up. Some kind of device. A weapon or something else. Wait, isn't this Gaijin technology? Satoru, what should we do? Yeah, why not? We could go a la carte, but might as well just take the whole buffet. We take the herbs and the device. I do not like it, but it may help our cause. Oh, wow. That's a whole bunch of stuff. Plus a slight nudge towards Ronin. Interesting. I think this is wise, Satoru. By understanding our enemy, we can defeat him. Akira runs his hands over the device. Maybe it can even be used. The path of tradition brought us only to the dead eyes of our master. A discarded corpse on the battlefield. Satoru eyes the device warily. Perhaps it is time for something else. Satoru. Let us go. We must find the boy for Shogun Tokugawa. Wow, so I missed quite a bit. We got a note, right? Where did that end up? Oh, I see. A strange metallic box wrapped in leather with a small handle and red button. Undoubtedly of ENC design. No amount of prodding nor poking makes its purpose clear. Azami tea, after consuming, the next damaging attack also shifts the enemy rightwards by +5. Toki extracts. And ENC leaflet, taken from a deceased merchant's belongings. We extend our gratitude to you for enjoying the services of our skilled physicians. Landon Blakemore Jr. would also like to extend an invitation. Please visit our newly opened hospitals in Hiroshima and Okayama. All citizens of Nippon, loyal to the glorious Emperor, can rely on world-leading care from our doctors and surgeons, entirely free of charge. Okay, gotta say, I'm coming around a little on the Empire. Free medical care is certainly nothing to sneeze at. I mean, sure, they might boil the occasional family member, but at least you won't go hungry. Onifukuma's Tuft. After consuming, the next damaging attack receives a delay of 5. In return, the attack deals double damage, which stacks with other bonuses. Okay, so all sorts of fun stuff. I am a bit curious as to why the leaflet is an item and not just a journal entry, but perhaps it serves some greater purpose as part of the side quest or something else. I think we'll also give the attack items to Akira, since he'll have a slightly easier time making use of them. But man, we are loaded to the gills with Toki extracts now. That is lovely. And I know we've got another offshoot path here. This one I did see. But I'll definitely pay more attention to our surroundings this time, just in case there's anything else. Oh, like this, see? We have a very, very tiny interactive marker. A pile of chopped wood exposed to the rain and surrounded by footsteps in the mud. On the fence, a thick cloth cover. Somebody was working hard but left in a hurry. Judging by the axe marks, they're not a skilled craftsperson. Poor strikes. Look at the hesitant marks. A lack of training, or a lack of respect. Interesting. Plus some other assorted items. We'll go ahead and grab those. Worn Hachimaki. Also an axe we can't take, but we can take a powder. A simple Hachimaki or headband, stained from frequent use. Most likely it belonged to a laborer to absorb the sweat from their brow. Which we can't do anything with, okay. Ancient reishi mushrooms crushed into a fine powder with prolonged curative effects. Restores 2 per round for 3 rounds. Lovely. And contextually, I'm going to say this probably isn't related to the merchant. As I recall, the estate over yonder is in poor repair, so this is just likely a symptom of that crumbling decay, the slow collapse of tradition. Reishi powder. I'll take that. Mizuhiki. Mizuhiki is an art form created by pulling rice paper cords into elegant designs. In this case, silver and red cords have been beautifully tied into a crane. It's a little muddy, but the colors symbolize peace and ward off evil. Interesting. And that's the way we're supposed to go, but now I'm curious. Oh yeah, look at that. That is, in fact, a defined side path. My goodness, I missed so many things. An old pier, probably constructed for local fishers and routine merchant shipments. It appears to have been neglected for some time. Stems of withered flowers are tied to the post. A melancholic reminder of long-lost love. Ah, and Satoru said something about it, but that is forever lost to the void. That's something else we could really use. A proper text log. Either that or the floating text really needs to linger a little longer. And I guess that's it. Just another narrative nod to the general neglect of yonder estate. Okay, let's make our approach. I feel like we've been pretty thorough out here. Who goes there? Approach slowly, strangers. I am Omura Satoru. And my name is Takagi Akira. We gladly find ourselves in your care, fellow warriors of the Shogun. The sentry studies Akira with a mixture of curiosity and disgust. As white as a yurei. It is them, Akito. But we are not fellow warriors, Ronin. Satoru stiffens. Of course. He speaks true, Akira. We did not mean to offend. Akito grunts. You may proceed. Master Kenjiro awaits your arrival. But we are keeping our eyes on you. Watch your steps, Ronin. You know what? Even a lowly Ronin can know the value of honor and hospitality. Which nudges towards Ronin. Yep, that tracks. Honestly, I'm starting to feel like that might just be my default play style, based on my own personal preferences on how to run characters. Though that's not to say there's no room for diplomacy where appropriate. A lowly Ronin should know when to hold his tongue. Oh. Insult my friend again, and this Yurei will visit your family in their sleep. Which did make Akira ever so slightly colder, but you know what? It was still satisfying. So I guess we'll take it. The sentry flinches, his eyes wide in fear. Well said. An old, unkempt man in decrepit clothes watches the rain fall on the courtyard. This must be Sugiyama Kenjiro. Upon seeing the two Ronin, he calls out, You two. Finally. Making an old man wait in the rain. Every day I am reminded that manners have forsaken our world. Our apologies, Kenjiro-sama. We traveled with great speed to reach you. You're here for the boy?
Hi.
Yes, Kenjiro-sama. By the order of Shogun Tokugawa, we are here to escort your son to Edo. The old man's nostrils flare in anger. That little snot is no son of mine. I have given him shelter, clothes, food. The ungrateful brat has been exploiting my kindness for far too long. Take him. A woman appears from the doorway, young enough to be Kenjiro's daughter. My dear, let's not share such bitter words with our guests. Kenjiro's face reddens. You presume to instruct my manner? Forgive me, my love. I've only come to... How dare you interrupt me? All I am doing, from my own goodness, is to correct your mistake. Now do as you're told and stay in the house. Kenjiro-sama, my son is not a mistake. And still you speak. A wife obeys her husband. Wow, they did not go out of their way to make you likable. Return to the house. I only want to say goodbye. Now! Kenjiro lets out a long sigh. It is as I said. Manners have forsaken our world. Perhaps if my wife had valued her purity to begin with, we would have avoided this mess. Interesting. I mean, on the one hand, the guy is definitely a bit of a tool, but on the other hand, we are picking up some general undertones here that it might not actually be his biological son, that she might have perhaps... Yeah, we'll tread lightly here. I pushed back against him my first time through, and he immediately shut the conversation down. As you say, Kenjiro-sama. And back towards Samurai. Also a relationship bump. I wasted enough time with all this. You'll likely find the boy by the koi pond. Take him and be on your way. Okay, so he shuts down the conversation either way. What a charming man. Should we stay for dinner? I do not like him either, Akira. But our priority is the boy. We must remain obedient. Akira adopts a stern expression and mimicry. As you say, Satoru-sama. Satoru glares at Akira. Akira bursts into laughter. Yes, I know what you're going to say. Our priority is the boy. Come, Akira. We must go. Okay, well that was new. An unexpected consequence of not telling off Kenjiro. Also, we got our first skill point. And yeah, again, pretty straightforward. You've got your basic skill tree. Locked into tiers, though I'm unclear on exactly what unlocks the later tiers. So for now, we are essentially restricted to these two. We also have these other nodes further out, which appear to be starting points, but perhaps they're just not in the alpha yet? As for the tier locks, nothing in the tutorial about it, so that might just be locked by story chapter or Or perhaps based on some other inscrutable metric. But for now, we'll just pick one of these. Either Biting Wind, which appears to be a 1 AP dashing attack. 2-round cooldown, but still very useful. Or we can go for the upgrade. Bloodthirst, which appears to double up our basic attack with an added chance to inflict bleeding as well. So yeah, that is actually a pretty solid upgrade. But, you know, I think I've got to give it to the dash. Satoru's primary weakness is his lack of mobility, so that'll help offset that. And then as for Akira, we can either upgrade Quick Draw with Focus Form, which does notably increase damage, adds a... oh, it adds a delay. So it adds a 3-point delay, but then also shifts the opponent by 2, which does sound useful, but at the same time would also remove his only non-delayed attack. Unless it can be toggled, which it isn't really making clear. And then our other option is Shinobi's Blade, which is a very low-power melee attack, but certainly a good option, considering we otherwise are completely helpless if we get stuck in base-to-base contact. Range attacks can't be used in melee, so without this, our only options would be to pass or provoke. Yeah, we'll go with the melee attack. Not knowing if the other one can be toggled definitely makes it lose some luster. Body, mind, spirit. I wonder what that's all about. Also, what's this perk point? Are perks actually enabled? I mean, nothing popped up in the tutorial, so I'm assuming not. Yeah, that and relations both seem to be conspicuously non-functional. Interesting, the pop-up still appeared, though. I imagine that would tie into the whole body, mind, spirit thing. Perhaps some sort of rudimentary attribute system. Jumanji Yari Sheath. The Jumanji Yari is a deadly spear with 3 blades almost akin to a trident. It is no longer common in battle, but is respected for its deadly elegance. The sheath itself looks expensive and well made, albeit worn from use. An enormous sakura tree, astonishingly beautiful as it catches the moonlight. It must be hundreds of years old. Amidst the decrepit neglect of the estate, the sakura tree stands proud. But on closer look, pervasive moss afflicts the bark. In its twilight years, the tree fights for survival. Right, really laying on that metaphor pretty thick. Kenjiro does very much come across as a bitter old man, resentful of his waning relevance. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to rail against the system there. I'm sure that'll spackle right back up. Little ghosty boys. Protective talismans, I presume? Ah, the rain is so refreshing. Come here, droplets, let me drink you. Akira, put your tongue back in your mouth. Oh, look at this cutie. That's a... oh, what are they called? Not a Shih Tzu. That's, Shiba Inu? Oh, that is adorable. Yeah, you know, I'm more of a cat guy, but I do appreciate dogs. I just can't... I cannot at all keep up with them. So who do we report this merchant's death to? That I am unclear on. I was kind of hoping that if... Okay, so just more commentary on this whole place falling apart. But yeah, I was really hoping that by being politer to Kenjiro this time, I could ask him some questions and perhaps, I guess, bring up the merchant thing with him, but apparently not. It does seem like he just shuts down the conversation no matter what you say. So I guess I'll just keep looking around. Perhaps over here? Okay, we've got something back here. A large heap of hay, noticeably infested by mice. Occasionally it shifts with their scurrying. Loose hay is scattered around the ground. Lovely. Ooh, and a handwritten leaflet. As well as more Toki extract. My goodness. We have no shortage of healing items now. And handwritten leaflet. Let's see what we got. The traitorous Emperor is delivering Nippon to your enemies. The East Nippon Company will plunder your homes and take everything from you. Will you bow down to the Gaijin? Will you hand them your daughters? Will you feed them from the mouths of your children? Protect your family. Defend your land. Honor the Kami. Oof, that is some slightly problematic phrasing. Also, honor, I barely knew her. And nothing else here, so I mean, perhaps this side quest simply can't be... Oh, wait. Hi there. Random guard? A sentry stands alone at his post. He stiffens as you approach. Move along. And here we go. The body of a merchant lies down by the lake. We respectfully ask for his cremation, that his spirit may pass on. Slight bump towards Samurai.
Huh?
A body by the lake. The sentry eyes the two Ronin warily. What happened? Are you responsible? No, we found him a short way from his cart. He took his own life. The sentry lets out a sigh. Oh, that poor fool. The merchant traveled here to peddle his wares, but Master Kenjiro found some Gaijin contraption among the goods. East Nippon Company technology. He accused the merchant of being a spy. As punishment, he seized half the merchandise and sent the man on his way. But with the margins of these traders, it was probably enough to bankrupt him. So some extra depth to the random death. And it is interesting because, you know, between Kenjiro's behavior and the various leaflets we found now, the one about, like, the Empire providing free medical care, it really does start painting a more nuanced picture about the shades of gray in this greater conflict between the old and the new. A shame, he should have known better. Anyway, we've been instructed not to converse with you. The sentry draws near and speaks quietly. But thank you for letting me know. I will see to the body personally and ensure it is cared for. He returns to his position and gives a small nod. As you were. And quest complete. Which nets us some Aloe Bomb. Minor healing, cures burns. Which obviously isn't really much of a reward, at least not in the material sense, but I do appreciate the extra narrative. It also makes me realize that although we've heard about the atrocities of the Emperor, the only person we actually heard them from was a guy with a pretty clear agenda. Our mysterious spy master, working for people who have a vested interest in retaining their positions of power and authority. Like Kenjiro back there. A towering giant stands ready as Satoru and Akira arrive. Halt. Do not worry, Ishida. These must be the warriors my father spoke of.
Hi.
Satoru nods. The boy looks down. He's putting on a brave face, but clearly he is very anxious. We, met your father. An interesting man. Oh. Yes. He taught us all about manners. Did he mention that they've forsaken our world? As a matter of fact. A little smile appears on the boy's face. Is he the reason you're sitting here in the rain? I come here sometimes to spend time alone, or with my mother. Oh, and with the Ishida, of course. You will not escape me that easily, Bochan. The boy grins at the behemoth man. Then his face falls once more. I just thought I'd have more time. Oh, my manners. Forgive me. My name is Toshiro, and this is Hirazumi Ishida, my guardian. And my friend.
Hi.
Ishida grunts in affirmation. I am Omura Satoru, and this is Takagi Akira. He is also my friend, although he is smaller than yours. Plus relation plus Ronin? I'll take it. Hey, was that a joke? From Stoneface Satoru? I must be dreaming. Satoru's face remains expressionless. You can depend on us, both of you. But forgive our haste. We must move swiftly. We will leave right away? Satoru nods. I understand. May I ask, do you know why the Shogun wishes to speak with me?
Yeah.
We do not know, young master. As faithful servants of our Shogun, we live only to carry out his will. I see. Toshiro glances at Akira, then quickly looks away. Akira senses the boy's curiosity and flashes a smile. It's all right. You can ask. Toshiro flushes red with embarrassment. I'm sorry, Akira-san. I haven't met anyone like you before. Ishida, too, cannot hide his interest. Skin and hair as white as snow. Eyes like Ruri Karakusa. Some say I was born under a pale moon. Others, Akira leans in dramatically, that I was cursed by a Tsukimono Suji. Akira, do not frighten the young master with your nonsense stories. There is no curse. He was born like this. It's amazing. I'll bet throughout Nippon there's no one quite like you. On that, we are agreed. Bochan, I know my appearance may be a little strange, but you can trust Satoru and I to deliver. Watch out! Stay behind us, Toshiro-sama. Who? Why? Toshiro looks around in panic. Oh my. We must make our way to the gates. I am with you, warriors. Bochan, be brave. We will protect you. Relation improved. Ishida pushed towards Mirth. Oh, new companion get. Nice. Hirazumi Ishida. No force will topple a golem of mirth and awe. Impenetrable. Haiku. And finally, a fight. Yeah, all that extra exploration definitely padded things out a bit, but I also certainly do not regret it. That's it, Ishida. Armored powerhouse. Hard-hitting, manipulates enemies, but restricted to just one action point per round, which does very much limit his impact. He's best for tying enemies down or blocking their paths. He's got a hard-hitting basic, he's got Ram, which pushes, and Head Bash, which stuns. Though at the moment, of course, they want us to use Ram. Though I am unclear on who. Oh, right, this guy. This flamethrower guy. Right. So target knocked back, both physically and on the timeline. Rifleman up next, then Satoru. And the tutorial is telling us more stuff about initiative shifting, no big deal. Okay. We'll lock this guy down. We've got the rifleman on the bridge. We've got ninjas off on right. Rifleman falls back, takes aim. Satoru cannot reach him and break focus, but we can do this. Nice. So now Satoru can focus down the flamethrower guy while Akira disrupts the rifleman. Wait, did we? I just realized I may have forgotten to equip the dash ability. Well, crap. You know what? That's fine. We can make do with what we've got. Though I will say, I am surprised the tutorial didn't force us to do that before we moved on, just to make sure players knew they had to be manually slotted. Okay, now we've got reinforced focus. This flame guy is prepping his flamethrower. However, we cannot interrupt him with a single hit. We have to inflict 6 or more damage before we break his focus, which does slightly complicate things. Where is he on the timeline? Oh, okay, he's way down. Yeah, he's all the way down at 10, so we can easily deal with that. We'll pop the rifleman, disrupt his aim, then set a focus shot of our own. There we go. And you know what? Let's go ahead and finish this guy off. Get him off our plate. And there we go. Target out. Okay, well, he is about to explode. That's new. Can we slot that dash move now? I would very much like to not be standing here. Well, apparently not. Skills are locked during combat. You know what? I guess that's fair. I will just walk away. And then hang out over here. No, Toshiro, that really feels like a bad idea. Though, I mean, you did F that guy up. Alright, let's drop the rifleman. He's still locked and loaded. No, delay is too long. Change of plans. Let's cover Toshiro instead. Ishida out of the blast zone. Onto the bridge. Ramp's still on cooldown, so just hold. Oof. Right, I guess I could have finished that guy off. 2 quick shots would have done it. Oh man, okay, this might actually be a problem. Oh man, I'm really missing that dash about now. And there goes the flamer. Yep, so that does indeed verify that they explode. Oh gosh. Toshiro, buddy, You good? You seem to be getting shadowed pretty closely there. Huh. Well, let me just maybe help you out with that real quick, I guess. Aha, okay, so that was reinforcements gone wrong. He spawned into the same space that Toshiro was standing. But then force moved once we actually interacted. Let's do some damage control here. 1 out. And 2. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, we can actually see where the reinforcements are coming in. It's these pulsing blue circles. They're coming in on 3 count. Flamer engaged. Toshiro. Oh, thank goodness, he healed. Okay, good. And the riflemen do have melee attacks. Noted. Okay, let's get this handled. Satoru, into the fray. Rear attack, if at all possible. Nice tag. Flamer up next. Flamer takes aim. Doesn't go till 8. Akira's up. Thin him out. Finish the wounded. Second shot won't be enough to kill anyone, but we can at least soften. In fact, you know what? Oh, okay. That did not provoke. Flamer broken. And extinguished. But he is about to explode, so let's perhaps not remain there. Satoru, finish this guy. Nice. Now, engage the last. Ow, I guess. Ooh, okay. That one had a bit more meat to it. Huh. You know, I really shouldn't be surprised ninjas can move without provoking. That does feel very appropriate. Nice. Thank goodness for that. Yeah, Toshiro's round 1 rush really kind of put me in panic mode. But I think we've got it under control, and thankfully we have no shortage of healing items either, so... we should be fine. Oh, right, nice. Yeah, we're definitely fine. Interesting, huh? So just approaching this guy provokes. Ah, unless we come from his non-facing side. I see. Target locked. We're good. Wait, why can't we... Huh, that's strange. Our movement appears to have been disabled, and I'm not sure why. Satoru can move, though. Yeah, weird. Oh, that's fun. I mean, it's not really going to help you. You're still about to burn to death, but... Here, let me help you with that. And healing shrines. Thank goodness for that. See, no harm done. Fight was slightly janky, a couple of missteps here and there. But we got through.
たちは死んだ。助けられるかも。おっちゃん待って。
私の息子に手を出すな。どうしろ。可愛い息子、怪我はないか。
母上、今のは。マスケ
したいことがあるのは分かってるわ。だが今はその時ではない。この刀ただの飾りじゃないわね。ここは早く立ち去った方が良さそうね。
あ
あ、門へ急ぐわよ。
And companion get, Asuke. Lies entangled truth in webs of cold beauty, but love cannot be bound. So she's a yokai. That does explain a few things. Your classic Japanese hair demon, though I think they come in several flavors. Definitely not my area of expertise. Very mobile, low damage attacks, seems built more for support than overt offense. Well, welcome aboard, Asuke. Things are about to get hairy. But, you know, we wouldn't want to leave you stranded and afraid. We now need to work our way back towards the gate. Oh no, Inugami! We have to do something! No, doggo! Decide the dog's fate? Ah, these flames! The fire is gruesome, but I can give it a kinder fate. Is there no other way? Well, you know, I think there is, in fact, another way. Let's perhaps try this before we start shooting dogs. It may be slim, but he has a chance now. Akira-san, thank you. Yeah, no problem. That one felt pretty obvious, if you took a moment of pause. Not really much of a moral conundrum, that.
Tamara, waga ii nani o shirota? Kamigami wa naze kono youna koto o yurusareta no da? Yurusa. 絶対に許さんじゃ呪ってやる。父上、お前、全てお前のせいだ。我が子などではない。拾ってやるべきではなかった。貴様のあの陰謀も。やめて、やめてくれ。何が起こってる？ おっちゃん！悪魔の声は何？なんだよこの化け物は！
これは草原美。 奈落から召喚された忌まわしい化け物。
まさか。
俺にもわからん。だが今はそれどころではない。この草原美を切るぞ。
Okay, I've got to say, I love Akira's reaction to that. With that WTF. He was definitely channeling, I think, everyone's response. Alright, into our climactic battle. We've got a three-way fight with ninja assassins and the master and his pupils. Also, interesting, that guy laid down a literal wall of fire to block our approach. Also, some pretty clear visual cues not to step on the glowing tiles. Oh, and this guy's already taking aim at Satoru, so let's perhaps do something about that. Thankfully, as we literally just saw, Asuke can move like 10 spaces around, so we'll just swing in behind, get that taken care of. Also, I am now realizing we just had a very narrow window where we could have slotted in dash. Yeah, gotta do it between the fights. But it's fine. It's fine, we're good. What's the range on that spirit pull? Ah, I see. So not even close. And Satoru's about to go, so no point in using it there. We'll just gank and run. That's one more in the tank. Satoru, finish him off. Wait, did I? Right, the explosion is 2 spaces, not 1, so... Good luck, Asuke, I believe in you. Though if we're lucky, the barrels will take the brunt of it. We'll see how that plays out. Ashita moves to intercept. Can't stun without provoking. We'll go for Ram instead. Yes, okay, so that did not provoke. And it knocks him way down the timeline, so we should have plenty of time to finish him off now. Just gotta be careful where we step. Yokai seems focused on the invaders. That's good. Let's start trimming the edges. He'll go before the shot triggers, but should still be within range, since he'll likely just set up a shot of his own. Ninjas are focused on the yokai, which suits me just fine. Though I do note they're not getting any rear attack bonuses. Nice. Yeah, I guess that thing really doesn't have a back, does it? So I guess that does make sense. No shortage of eyes, though. You'd feel like that might be a pretty obvious weak spot. But then again, you know, magic. The second magic gets involved, logic kind of goes out the window. It's your classic, a wizard did it defense. Can't hit the ninja without provoking, so we'll start circling. This thing's helping us for now, but I am curious to see what it does if we kill all the ads. And yes, Asuke, let's get you out of there. Target locked. Go to your son. Yeah, also in retrospect, the reveal of her nature definitely provides some context for her husband's bitter response to her as well. Her and her son both. Again, I'm certainly not an expert in Japanese mythos, but I'm sure there's got to be some sort of Japanese hair demon that preys on men, or is some sort of Eastern equivalent of the classic succubus, or some other such thing. I'm sure someone can enlighten me in the comments down below. All right, let's make our approach. Flamer out. And I guess we're safe here? I mean, template doesn't extend past the stairs, but I guess we'll see. Satoru up next, but I'm not eager to engage. Let's, I don't want to waste his turn, so let's cut and run. Target out, fall back. Nice, okay. So it is definitely focused on just them, aside from the random flame pillars. We'll clear out those last two, then see what happens. My first time through, I took the headmaster out first, but still had a few stragglers. Wow, way to make an ash of yourself. Push up the frontliners, just in case this thing does set its eyes on us the second that last guy drops. And down he goes. So now... Oh, come on. Alright, so the template slide. They'll have to work on that too, but at least Toshiro's got our back. And it has turned on us. Fair enough. Ease up, man. That's your wife. Real mask-off moment there. Alright, let's take it out. Got a little banged up, but not too bad. Not with Toshiro putting out those healing pulses. No rear attack. I think that would count as its back. Black mask seems to be the front. Oh. Right, gotcha. It does, in fact, provoke. You know what, Asuke? Why don't you just hang back for this one? I think we've got this. Ow, I guess. Oh, he spewed eyeballs all over the place. That's new. And sock it to him. Now for the pupils. Oh, they also explode. Good, that's good to know. Take a quick toke. I mean, we've only got 2 characters with range attacks. This is bound to get a bit messy. And we can't equip the Aloe mid-battle. Fair enough. Yeah, I guess so. In retrospect, the best way to have approached this would have been to, I guess, wail on the head, but not kill it outright the way I did my first time through. So it spewed eyeballs all over the place. But then the stragglers, the other ninjas and whatnot, would also have to deal with the eyeballs, which would take some of that heat off you. Not a big deal, I suppose. We're coming up on the end here anyway, but it is definitely a bit trial and error. Oh, okay. And the eyes have it. Toshiro! Toshiro! My baby, wake up! Please, wake up! Bochan. What has happened to him? His spirit has become trapped. I cannot rouse him. I cannot help him. We must take him to someone that can. Ishida, would you mind? I will carry him, Asuke-sama. Asuke-sama, the Shogun has tasked us with... Toshiro cannot serve your Shogun like this. Surely you see that. Then what do you suggest? There is a monastery not far from here. The Shinshoku there. In matters of the spirit, they may be able to help. In Edo, I'm sure there are... Satoru-san, this is not a discussion. I am taking the boy to the monastery. If you wish to join us, you may. Very well. To the monastery, then. And please, let us make haste. And thus it ends. Well, it was fun while it lasted. The monstrous Sogenbi has been destroyed, but our heroes have a great journey ahead of them. But they'll need your help. And, you know, I've got to say, for an alpha demo, not bad at all. Especially once it opened up a bit, you know, after that initial tutorial-locked tavern sequence. I mean, obviously there's a fair bit of early access jank in there as well. A number of user-friendliness features that really need to be implemented. Easier ways to tell what's interactive. They need to get the voice stuff locked down. More granular audio settings, at least. A functional map and or mini-map. Possibly a text log. I mean, a text log would be nice. But I suppose I could live without it. That, I suppose, really comes down more to personal preference. And not pushing me to make sure I equipped that new ability, our first new ability, does feel like a bit of a miss on the tutorial. But, you know, the tutorial was otherwise pretty thorough. And, you know, outside of the, I think, initial shrine fight, I don't think dash would have made a really big difference. Like, there was maybe one time we could have potentially used it during the second fight with the headmaster. The Sogenbi. That bit where Ishida had the ninja pinned on the gate. Satoru could have used dash to get behind him and finish him off. Though, that said, even if he had, it would have put him all the way across the map, delayed him getting to the other side by 2-3 turns. So I feel like it did all work out. That said, really had fun with this one. I do find the setting much more compelling with those optional encounters I missed my first time through. The extra nuance and shades of gray heaped on top definitely give it a bit more, I think, intrigue. You know, they frame this whole thing as like a battle between old tradition and new innovation, I suppose, but they also do a good job of pretty quickly establishing that neither side is really perfect. They both have some pretty glaring flaws. So I do suspect, just based on what we've seen here thus far, ultimately following the path of the samurai would lead you into the more traditional side of things, ultimately siding with the shogun and his wizard spy master, whereas going the path of the ronin would instead lean you into, you know, the unconventional and new. Though I suppose the big question mark there is that we actually really don't know much about the Emperor, or the Empire in general. The spy master, whose name I've forgotten, you know, he very easily could have made up that one horrifying atrocity he regaled us with. So really, the only thing we do know is that Keiichi and that one rifleman who got a line both had some pretty disdainful attitudes towards samurai. Which, to be fair, I mean, makes sense considering that they are at war with them. Anyway, yeah, I suppose that puts a pin in this one for now, at least until there's more content to explore. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know if you perhaps might like to see me return to this one if and when there is more content. And don't forget to go check out the Steam store page if you'd like to perhaps sign up for the alpha yourself. At least for as long as it's available. Obviously it is as I'm recording this. That said, this is RetconRaider signing off. Our time in Edo has come to an end, so it's back to more conventional fare. Hopefully, I'll see you then.